Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do eat no money, what they at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the yellow rat you. Use the youth, them on them waste, must have man statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, God and say that is not you. On the head, the man above me, look him, I got up. Too much it in the kitchen, some of my like a part two. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me
300% free.
It burn me
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me
I see corruption face.
It burn me
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rap and they down in a whatever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and thief when them sell.
It burn me
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the soul man.
It burn me
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me
Or them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. I'm not in a good mood. I'm ill-prepared, unprepared, and all over the place this morning because my system a play up. We don't have no phone, so you can't contact me because the two WhatsApp numbers you have for me, that is all connected to that phone that was snatched from me this morning. So you won't be able to get in touch with me on WhatsApp for a few days until I manage to get back a phone, because my phone is contract phone, but it's not insured. So I now go get it back, the phone itself, back from the provider. I have to go find a phone, but my SIM card, my replacement SIM card should be with me by Monday the latest. But for now, I'm not contactable by my WhatsApp numbers. And that left me a bit awkward, really. To my community of part and all my family members, good morning. Platform moderators, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters and trolls, good morning and welcome. If you're in London and the UK, good afternoon. Beat and teach, good afternoon. Paula Shelley, EM, Sunshine, Natalia Freeman, the Unstoppable One, Gloria Morris, Herbert Tuzolin, Jeanette Malone, Anthony R., Perspective Par, Loris Beckford, Lennis Reed, Agent Sajaba 5, Bros, Marcia Este, Sheena Kelly, Raymond G, Veteran, Althea, British R, Gloria Taylor, Pamela Akola, Christine Gilbert, Valerie, Polaros. Good morning, all, and welcome. Like and share the live, please. Today it's the conference, Call to Action conference in Canada. Carlos and Debbie is there. I won't be broadcasting today, but you will be seeing upcoming videos from Debbie's Jervis TV with regards to the protest, and Carlos should also be streaming today as well. But me back up in our unfortunate situation this morning, Jennifer Cartier. Remember me telling them they have a hospital appointment this morning. I went to Guy's Hospital in London to do an ultrasound. Not an ultrasound, a CT scan. But can me never feel like cycle this morning, so me take the bus. When I got off the bus at Union Street bus stop, there's a side road that you walk down to the hospital. But I was listening, having my headset, and I was listening, watching and listening the video that Carlos did from the airport last night. So me up on the pavement I walk, Kenneth bro, how are you? Me up on the pavement I walk, me never really pay much attention. It was not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet, so it wasn't too busy. And because school now keep and so on, it weren't that busy. So me just a walk and listen. And vloops, me just feel my hand light and two bike youth just shot along in front of me. So the irritated, that bit was disappointing because there was no threat of violence, tussle, or anything. They just ride up, snatch the phone from my hand, and ride off. Sharon Bernard, Fabian. That bit was disappointing. The bit that was irritating is when I called 999. They asked me, is it life-threatening? I said no. Are you bleeding? I said no. Then you have to call 101. Robbery lied. And calling 101 to report a crime is just like calling any other organization that you will have to go to that long noise and music of the robot on the phone until you do get to a human, which reporting the crime online would have been an easier get through with the police. However, they say because in that phone, it's a transparent case. In the back of the case, my Barclays current debit card is in that as well. So I had one of my old phone with me, so I managed to get on that phone, cancel my bank card that they took with that one, and I managed to secure the device from that handset also, because once you have that Find My Phone thing and your phone is still on or so on, you can disable the device until you get to your provider. So I managed to do all that, call the police, report the crime. Then they told me, if you track it to a residential address, call us back and give us the details. When I tracked it and I watched for about an hour, it was static at a particular address in South Bermondsey, 88 Galilee, Gallowell Thingy Road. Oh, but I'm there. Yes, them take me something there for the S23. Are the old one me the back pan, but me live at the moment, so me will call you. Yeah, me will call you when me done. Yeah. So I last tracked it to 88 Gallywall Road in South Bermondsey. Call back the police to update them of a static residential address that I have tracked it to. The police them say, if them go there and knock the door and them tell them to move from them door or them close them door, the case closed, so they have no further authority or power to investigate. So it's gonna cost me nearly probably about £600 to get back a phone like that, because I didn't insure it. Me no one will believe to believe in the insurance. So you pay the insurance, and then when you have to claim on it, you still have to pay again. So me going to have to pick up the expenses. But the issue I envisage in all of this, though, if this is the way the police are treating street crime in London, it will escalate very fast. Because if street robbers are aware that police do not assist you anymore if you're been robbed on the street, and given how these bikers operate, when they go out cycling in the morning or whatever time of the day to rob people, they're not out there to rob one person. So had the police done a circle, it would have been easy to pick them up, because I could have give the police a moving location of them, because maybe I track them on my old phone. The police never really wants to know, because it wasn't a life-threatening emergency. I wasn't bleeding, and it didn't require an ambulance. So I just think with all of this, they're just going to let street crime in London to escalate, really, because when street robbers realize, say, help now go come to you. And then again, it forces young people to walk with weapon to protect themselves. This is the cycle. Police in London, the conservative, them mash it up anyway, because what they did, they closed a lot of police stations. They slashed the police numbers a lot. So London is really under police. I was in central London last week, and I had to be wary of having my phone exposed in public. That's true. Because that's how them snatch your phone in London. They just cycle up fast. Them watch and them just cycle up fast. If you not pay attention, them snatch your phone and them gone. The police also, they are well aware of this particular crime across particularly central London. Especially, you know how I get caught? This is what me never remember this morning either. I was in a school community because at London, guys, that bit where I was walking at, guys, there's teaching schools along that area. You have the dental teaching school along that road and the cancer teaching school as well. And university children's are a high target in the school mornings for their phone as well. So that kind of slip me never remember me in our school district zone, because that are one of the area where it is high for that kind of robbery to go on. But police not really give two toss anymore, really. Me go get my iPad because from morning my computer give me problem, and I'm trying to read an article in the thingy there. Hold on there. 1 second. There's an article in the Observer from Dr. Fool. But you have to go help me with the numbers along the way, because you know say me a number don't work too well. So for those of you who have my WhatsApp, do not send me any WhatsApp to these two numbers. Those are the numbers you have for me. Do not send me any WhatsApp until I inform you that my services are back. For the moment, the 3131 SIM, I have it, but my phone used two WhatsApp because it's a dual SIM, so I use two WhatsApp on the same phone. The hustle of going from phone to phone, so I don't have access to any of my WhatsApp at the moment. But me honestly never even go come out here this morning comedy. But the article with regards to Nigel Clark, I have to read it this morning. When I tried to share it through the screen, it want to shut my system down. I mean, I know the poker with them people here this morning. Me just want to read the lion story from Nigel, and that's it. But sorry, people, me under more on it something. Yeah. Me I go read from the iPad because when me try read from this, so it a cause me problem. So me I go read from the iPad when Nigel say. It's a pity I couldn't get to pull it up so no can see the figure them. But I don't know, so when it come to numbers, Them something that confused me, but one whole heap of different number in this thing this morning. What is going on today? See that? The devil's a liar. I don't know where I'll get there. I need to read that article because I can't explain what it means. I have to read it just in case some of you may have not read it yourself. You may have to read it. But I want to read on a bigger device. And this thing is playing up. Oh, why, oh, why? Today is not my special day at all. Really not my special day. Alright, if that load up, I will jump over. But I'm going to have a hard time. I'm going to cover the screen, so I'm going to have to look on the screen if it distract me. We cannot drain these. Why is that doing that? We cannot drain these resources. Dr. Clark is referring to the money that is put away in recovery bond in disaster money. But going through the article, we will see where Dr. Mande talk about. Can't know say, forward your Dr. Mande silent. But make we go on. Read it. Hold on, thingy. What Dr. Mande say? Dr. Mande say we have to ban we belly. We have to knot and tie. Dr. Mania say we have to knot and tie. Only 5 billion to fund burial recovery, with eye on keeping some for another disaster. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark said the government will not be exhausting the fund that it has for disaster risk financing to pay for recovery following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Clark said only 5 billion will be withdrawn from local fund and the disaster risk management fund what they have put aside at Jamaica. I'm going to take 5 billion out of it, and them not take no fund from like IMF or them people there, and so on and such a forth and such a like to fund the disaster. All right, Dr. Clark. He said other sum will come from shifting around budget allocations in the supplementary estimate to be tabled later this fiscal year, and added that the move to conserve the remaining balance is meant to address the risk posed for the remainder of the hurricane season, which goes until November 30th. Hold on. We have to remember that we We're in the beginning of the hurricane season, so we cannot completely drain these resources. As such, Madam Speaker, the government planned to top 5 billion from our disaster risk financing resource to address the immediate relief and recovery effort related to Hurricane Beryl, Clark said in his presentation. He went on to outline how the rest of 10.9 billion recovery fund would be financed. The bulk of the financing available is coming from the country's contingency fund. So 5 billion take out of the disaster risk financing, and he's saying here that the contingency fund, which stood at 5.3 billion, relative to the legislative limit of 10 billion. Jamaica is also set to receive 16.3 million Jamaican US 16.3 million, Jamaica 2 billion, and US 10.3 million, which is equivalent to Jamaica 1.6 billion, from the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility related to tropical cyclone and excessive rainfall, respectively. The country also has a national natural disaster risk fund, which had 0.5 billion before accounting for the budgeted contribution of 1 billion for 2024 to 2025 fiscal year. Additionally, Jamaica will benefit from donation. All right, you see, all of the money when we talk about before me say additionally, them there come from funds we took out of Jamaica, different funds them, plus the Caribbean Catastrophe Insurance and the UN money. Additionally, Jamaica will benefit from donation from several multilateral agencies and government for specific efforts. US 2.5 million is to be received from the United Nations. US 200,000 from the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and the Caribbean Development Bank, and other partners, which total to 700 million. Any amount above 5 billion that we drew from these resources, Madam Speaker, that is for this fiscal year, will finance through the proceed of donations and reallocation of budgetary resources. All expenditure undertaken and plan to be undertaken in relation to Hurricane Beryl up to that point in time will be represented in the first supplementary estimate to be tabled off later this year, the finance minister expounded. But the 10.9 billion recovery fund is set below the estimate damage of between 40 billion to 45 billion. Clark, who was asked by opposition spokesman and finance Julian Robinson about why the planned spending is below the recovery cost, noted that the most critical area, such as hospitals and schools with missing roof, would be taken precedence along with any other areas to support relief and recovery efforts. It would not be possible even if the resources were available to address all the reconstruction that is necessary within the remaining month of the fiscal year. It would just not be physically possible. What is going to happen is that we have to prioritize where the most important and emergency things are to dealt with up front. You program your reconstruction efforts across budgetary cycle such as it can be planned properly and accommodated. However, things that are necessary and vital in the prioritization, they go up to the top of the queue, the finance minister expanded. Well, I mean, I understand who not have all so much money, but we not spread it over budgetary cycle. So this is when they call them money, and their money is all but in a name, them really don't exist in a figures. He said that means that some roads that have been damaged in the hurricane may not be fixed in this budgetary cycle. But he pointed out that money set aside for the rehabilitation under the 40 billion shared prosperity through acceleration improvement sparks program could also find its way helping some cases through though he noted that the details have to be worked out. But he told them the fun times they use the spark money, divert the spark money to repair roads, but however, never mind, it's Labour government. Clark also explained the way the catastrophe bond works. If there was a 30 million payout triggered under the specific condition, then US 120 million would be remaining. These remaining funds should cover the other hurricane season going up to 2027. And if there were other hurricanes that would trigger the cat bond, the available sum would just decrease incrementally until there are no remaining funds if there were to occur. Also, he moved to tap the Caribbean catastrophe and tropical cyclone fund has left Jamaica with a 68 million for tropical cyclone and a US 13 million on excessive rainfall in available coverage. So this is 68 million US Him said that's still available to Jamaica for a further tropical cyclone, and there's a 13 million US available for excessive rainfall that can still be claimed on insurance going forward up to 2027 should we have such disaster. But explaining that he wants to see Jamaica do more to be able to take care of itself after a disaster. Clark said there is a need to build an additional layer of disaster risk financing to cover different events as a way to be fiscally prudent. You come back with a word, yeah? To be fiscally prudent for future events. He highlighted that the threshold to unlock the NNDFA, whatever fund that is 1.5% of gross domestic product, which is meant to cover medium severity events, low frequency, high severity events such as hurricane and earthquake may transfer to the international capital market through a suite of financial instruments. Hold on. All right. This is crucial as he highlighted that impact of Hurricane Beryl to government operations such as National Water Commission not earning revenue in different areas of the Beryl, along with tax offices being closed for some days, would lead to loss of government revenue. Backside. This idea, no, the idea is to build rather on overtime and to be made more durable, because as we grow, our economy become more complex. What we have to have at stake is going to be higher. So we are going to have to constantly increase the protection that we all have, he added. Clark closed his remarks saying, one of the deficiencies historically for reasons that are understood in economic and fiscal allocation has been, in my view, a suboptimal trade-off between the present and the future, in that we have been very much focused on today with no preparation for tomorrow, and that led us into problem in the past. How we have addressed Beryl is important so we don't make mistake. No, sir. My people, that's why I have to read this article too, no? I cannot explain any of the whole heap of money, nice, and scandal where Nigel just come out here with. I really don't understand. So, I have to read it if you listen and understand it, you have to make up on your mind. But as I keep saying from start to now, what going, Karen? Brenda, how are you? As I've been saying from start to now, I don't see where Jamaicans are going to get much of a financial help. If they do, it will be long, drawn out, and stretched out. If they do, most of it will be political And it's just a woeful thing going on across the country because people really need the assistance and it's not really coming. The financial help is not going to come soon, and God help who gets it. So please, I'm asking no one to contact me on any of my WhatsApp. The only WhatsApp I have available, it's my private WhatsApp, and that's just for me and my brothers and sisters and limited amount of family members. But my two contacts, which you all know, should be back up and running by Monday. I was promised by my phone provider that my SIM card, I have to go find one up to date phone. But I saw you go. The imaging technician asked me this morning, how am I so calm and I've just been robbed? I said to her, it's just a phone. And she said, but I would be crying and screaming and shaking all over the place. I don't know if I would be able to keep my appointment. But it's just a phone. I'm alive in time. Me don't know how we're going to get Jamaican to do something to show this government that, hey, we are still here. I mean, after all of this money that has been collected, all of this money that has been taken out of these different funds, even what Pernell Charles suggests, it is not adequate. Violet Watson, thank you very much. Even what Pernell Charles suggests, it's nothing adequate enough. Because for people who have their property totally destroyed, you're eligible after assessment for a grant up to $400,000. Doesn't mean that you will get the 400,000. That is the maximum one ought to be reading from this, the way this is written. It was 3-category assessment: complete destruction, severe damage, and minimal damage. For those who are assessed and categorized in the severe damage could receive up to $150,000. Up to. Not guaranteed that amount, but that's the maximum that one who is assessed under the severe damage category would receive. And those who is assessed under the minimal damage category could receive up to 50,000 Jamaican dollars. That's the maximum that one could receive under that assessment. Even if your damage outweigh that, as long as you're categorized under minimal damages, then you are within the assessment package, 50,000 or below that. Me not think that's adequate enough of a help. Just like it's not gonna be, in my view, much different from the way other recovery efforts like the distribution of food, tarpaulin, or whatever. There's no meaningful intervention from the government and the army. I don't really see why we're paying these army people, because this is the time that they should be serving Jamaica, but you just realize that there's nothing that our army is doing to really assist or uplift the country. Troy Bridge was a perfect example to that, where it make the army look untrained and low key and low class, where they couldn't have, over a period of 3 years, erected a temporary bridge for the Troy residents to cross, you know what I mean? So everything this government show lack of management, you know, everything, each and every little thing. But people may go run, you know, come in and feel good in my head. I will come back later. Maybe just want to come read that article there phone. Come in, never feel like come out here because the police them did kind of shock me when my sister, well then, it don't make no sense to really report street crime if the police them cannot assist you in the motion of it, and reporting it just to get a crime number, just to enhance their crime statistic. For me, it really don't make no sense. It's only going to embolden the street robbers and the street gangs to go around snatching people's phone. But I mean, what's the point of snatching people's phone this day? You don't get too far down the road before we disable the entire system. It is of no use to no for use. You know me can sell it on to a fool for X or Y, but it will be of no use because it's system blocked. I mean, one time them something I did popular and profitable in London to street criminals, but I mean, these days, people still snatching phones. Well, it's London anyway. London is a place where you can buck up into any crime just about any time, to be honest with you. And that's why Mr. Christopher, the 400,000, the 150,000, and the 50,000, even if you get the maximum assessment, to be honest with you, it can't do much. It really, for somebody with them house completely damaged. Yes, I am tracked the phone. Hold on a second. Hello? Yes, it is. Are you able to ring me back in half an hour? Yes, and may I ask who's calling? Okay. Okay, if you call me back in half an hour, please. You're welcome. Oh God, that phone was in my rucksack, so I'm a most up-to-date phone because that the one that it in my hand them grab. Yes, but yes, Christopher. See the 150, 900 US dollar, 950 US dollar. So it really, the money that the government, the grants that the government is giving out, um, it can barely do nothing when disaster is an act of God. Insurance does not cover much. Mhm. That is not much at all. So the people of Jamaica still are going have that bounce about to try and recover on their own, as they have been doing. And one of the things that I fear as well, even though a lot of these people have been assessed, what about the people that will walk and pick up them zinc and nail back on them roof? Is the government gonna cut them out of the funds as well? Me no know. It's just a question to ask, given how this government is all over the place and have things badly managed. But we have to keep our eye on this process, and we have to continue. Keep it in focus that there's a lot of money from insurance and international donors, and the people are still yet to see any meaningful help. Thank you all very much. Don't send me any WhatsApp until I tell you, because both of my WhatsApp I have no access to. Thank you all. I hope to join you right back here later. Good morning and good afternoon from Global Television.